Hello everyone, Phantom here. Welcome to my Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail playthrough. If you want to see what I'm up to lately, you can find me on Twitch at the link in the description below. While you're down there, consider subscribing or liking. It helps me and my human more than you'd think. Enjoy the show. In search of discovery. To begin with, I'd like you to scout out the vicinity and report back with any points of note. This would be a great opportunity to speak with the locals. They're bound to be familiar with the area after all. As the LNSPI suggested, it would be interesting to compare the creatures here with those native to the source. I never ventured outside Tyrol, so I look forward to your insights. Just leave it to us. I've only ever been to Charlotte myself, but I like to think I know interesting when I see it. Oh, hello there. What am I doing, you ask? Look up the trunk. See what the plants within the capsules? These are species that either can't survive in Wind's Path gardens, or become invasive and disrupt the ecosystem. The capsules recreate the conditions they require, from tropical to frigid climes, while keeping them isolated. And in this way, any and all plant life can be preserved forever, just like ourselves. Huh. I wonder if we could carry some of these back with us. Labyrinthus might enjoy some new plants to take care of. I see a creature wandering about that resembles the trents native to the Twellswood. Yep. The flower garden appears to be meticulously maintained, if not by endless, then by machines. Did you know that even the water here is created using electro? The initial product is too pure, though. Adjustments that to be made so the composition resembles what's found in a natural environment. That's just one of the many things they do to create ideal conditions for these plants to thrive. I don't know what's become of the world outside the barrier, but I should like to visit a lovely spot such as this in real life. Speaking of lovely spots, have you been to the top of this lookout here? It's a great vantage point, and there's even a food stall in case you're hungry. My ancestors aren't actually Alexandria, but hailed from a place called Conde Petit. They had some unique customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say "lolly ho" in a spirited manner. Really? Our settlement was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Wind's Path Gardens is apparently inspired by that very tree. Aoife tree, its name was. Huh. You know, they had one of those in Final Fantasy IX. It may not be real, but it's nice to have it as a memento for posterity. Yeah. Okay. I was just a little concerned before I jumped off of this to make sure that I had actually attuned to D3. Infantry is from Final Fantasy IX directly. And of course they made the Lolly Ho reference to the dwarves of the first. Hey, Ebony. So, I think you may have just missed the infantry reference. Yeah, it was actually this person. I didn't realize the quest was taking me south, not north, so... The actual infantry would have been bigger than this. Much, much bigger. What they said before was... My ancestors aren't actually Alexandrian, but hail from a place called Conde Petit. P-E-T-I-E. They had some interesting customs there. For instance, when greeting someone, you had to say a lolly ho in a spirited manner. Like the dwarves of the first. Our settlement was also famous for a gigantic tree that grew nearby. It was so enormous that when you stood at its base, the roots covering the ground went beyond the horizon. The terminal here at Windspath Gardens is apparently inspired by the very tree. The Aoife tree, its name was. Yeah. So apparently somewhere in the shard that Alexandria was in is also an infantry and also dwarves. Or at least Lollyho and Lalafels. I mean, it's the only vehicle that moves this fast. Ah, welcome back, darling. Crowell has just delivered to me a most fascinating report. You have some engaging impressions to share too, I hope? Yep. Well, that is all very interesting indeed, but I must say I'm most fascinated by the ambulating trees. While these are similar creatures in Orcopacha, could you tell me more about the trends as you know them? They're native to Twelveswood, where they prey upon even wolves. Is that so? To maintain the ecosystem here, I imagine there are creatures that serve as their prey. Management of ecosystems. It calls to mind Labyrinthos, does it not? That it does. Lest you wonder, Labyrinthos is a storage facility deep within Sharian that contains a recreation of a temperate climate zone. Such a place exists? Amazing! By the way, did anyone else also catch sight of a large scalekin? Large scalekin, you say? What does it look like? Nothing I've seen before. It has a rodent-like form and walks on all fours. Looks like a rodent. Wouldn't that make it a beast scan? No, it's covered in scales. Was it appeared to mimic succulent plants? By that, I would definitely classify it as a skeleton. Well, it's hard to say for certain without seeing it. Why don't you show me? Very well. Just in the flower field, it should still be near. Let's head over there then. When we find it, we'll see who's right. That the two of you should come along and let us hear your opinions. Go ahead, Nami. I'll let the others know and join you. Okay, good. I'm out of range. Spotted a beast resembling the Ishivore you encountered in the first. That's the one there. See. At a glance, it certainly has the look of both scalekin and beastskin. Let's examine it more closely, shall we? Tell me your observations. It's covered in plant-like scales. That was also the first thing I noticed. I dare to say those scales are for hiding in foliage. I would say I believe the scales upon its back are in fact a unique form of hide, rather than being shed, it grows with the creature. Meant to be right. Consider that along with its other characteristics, such as its face and hands, it's more likely to be a beastskin, like you said. Physical examination would be needed to confirm this beyond a doubt, but I'm simply satisfied simply to have seen it. It seems you alone were familiar with the species. Where did you encounter it? On another shard? The fairy kingdom of the first. Nadia's been to the very edge of existence. She's seen life that others could only imagine. Amazing. Creation truly holds no end of mysteries. Oh, I'd love to see them all. The life beyond the bounds of our star and playing both. Looks like we're having fun. Hearing about the unknown never fails to rouse me. I felt the same way when Kittenram and Galuf traded me details of their travels. You've been my grandfather too. Oh, didn't I already mention it? It was when Galuf came to Tural to investigate the Golden City. I happened to have business with Galuf Raja, so we met into the Ola. Little did I know that the tiny babe she was cradling would return as you. To think that our paths had already crossed all those years ago. Not only yours and mine either, and Lenishbia was there too, you know? I don't remember. It's quite fine if you don't. Carlos wouldn't hear any baby stories from him. It was actually because Galuf told me about Charlene that I later urged Lenishbia to take up cleaning. My fussy bun was growing up dour and withdrawn, and when I was at my wit's end, it was at my wit's end that I recalled your grandfather's story about the cleaners. Seeing the world through their adventures would inspire a change for the better, I believed. I'm sorry I was dour and withdrawn. If you ask me, you still have some work to do. But it's because you're that way that you're with us now. And I, for one, am grateful. Well, let's keep moving, shall we? there's a facility I've been wanting to visit. The Claver Museum of Nature. They're supposed to have interesting creatures that take you on in leisure flights. There's just one problem. It seems only 3 people can fly at one time. Leisure flights, not fights. And you and Admiral should go. The rest of us still have plenty of other things we can do here. If there's room for one more, why don't you come with us now? Then it's settled. The museum is at the bottom of the ramp that runs west of Lena Arrow. Come on. Yeah, it's bunny time. Too bad I can't fly yet. I'd be soaring around in that and be very appropriate. What spooks you having the big mech appear out of nowhere instead of the little bike? Huh, so the path to the interstate goes over those places. And the chance, and there's an ether current or two up there. It does look the part, this museum. I must say I'm curious what's inside. Hello there. Come to ride the... I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Hopefully they'll pronounce it for me. Here it is. The Claver Museum of Nature. The main building is closed off due to the ether storage, but happily they're still offering leisure flights. And these are the fellows that will bear us. How adorable. What? Oh, that's from 9 too? They don't look capable of flight. Haha, come now. You know better than to judge a creature by its appearance. This will be great, I just know it.